Hello folks, we are back on the build for the rear lift. And if you wonder what I've been doing, I am building a piece of square tubing, and we're going to go ahead and go with a 2.5 inch there on the right there on the lift. Okay, and so in order to do that, I'm just going to go ahead and build a piece of square tubing so I can get it where it fits right. Okay, folks, so that was a 7018 welding rod that I'm using right now. And y'all see these all the time. I'm using them. This is a 6010. Both of them are 1/8 inch diameter. And for those of you that don't know, the 7018, you don't have to sit here and do all the zigzagging and everything. You basically just you feed the rod into it as you go, but you just basically lay it on there and just feed in as you're going along like this. And it's very easy to weld with, and it's very easy to make a pretty good looking weld with it. And these other rods, these are really good for just welding rusty stuff, whatever. You can weld just about anything with them. They're easy to use. They're good all around rod. A lot of people call this like a filler rod, a tack rod. And you can weld stuff up with them too, don't get me wrong. But if you really want to put a lot of weld in something, make it look really good, what I call like a finish, and it's super hard, these 7018s are really good. So I recommend these two rods to anybody starting out. You can pretty much build, weld, do anything you want to do with these two rods. Okay? It's that simple. Well turned out. I think it's going to look a lot better than the other one. Another thing, back when I used to weld with a lot of low hydrogen, I would notice after, now I'm talking about welding with this stuff every day, which I don't do that anymore, but I used to. I would notice that if you got your temperature right, you had everything set up right, you welded with that low hydrogen at the right rate, with the right temperature, that flux that is on there would actually curl up and fall off itself in one big long piece. And I always felt like, you know, if you had that flux all come off in one piece, kind of like a pork skin, then I felt like, you know, you're doing it right. You got everything set right. You're going at the right speed. And and it would just be just the prettiest weld you ever seen. Now I don't weld with this low hydrogen like that anymore, so I'm not saying my weld's going to be the greatest. But fact of the matter is, the weld was strong enough with the 6010s. It just didn't look good, and so. You know, if you want it to look good, you got to put a little more effort into it. Doesn't mean that this is really that much stronger than it was before. Well, maybe it is stronger, but it was strong enough before. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, it's definitely stronger with all this weld on there, but it's overkill. It's really for looks. It's not really because that lawnmower needs that much of a weld. The 7018, the 70, and just like on the 6010, the 60, The 70 means 70,000 pounds per inch. So per inch of weld, an inch of weld has the strength of 70,000 pounds. So there ain't anything on this lawnmower that needs 70,000 pounds of weld on it. Okay? So that's like, that's a foot. That's a foot of weld. I mean, you could pick up an 18-wheeler with that weld that's on there. Anyway. All right, guys. Hey, I just wanted to say thank you to Doug Jackson of SV Seeker. If y'all hadn't watched his program, y'all need to check it out. He's that guy up there in Oklahoma that's building a ship in his backyard. Well, he's now at the port of Catoosa. If y'all hadn't seen his program, y'all need to check it out. It's pretty good. He's inspired me and lots of other people. And anyway, I just wanted to say myself thank you to Doug. And hey, y'all check him out. He's got a good program. Alrighty, folks. Well, we got it all welded up and ground down. And we could do a little more on it. I could fill that in and grind it down and, a couple little spots like that. But for now, it's good enough. We may come back and do a little more on it later. But we got to get this damn thing together. Alright folks, well, it's been a long day, and I think I'm about ready to call it. But I wanted to demo this before we did. So, what we got here is with these new brackets. So I'm just, we're pretending I got the lever, and I'm setting up on the lawnmower. And as y'all know, the lever goes around up there beside the seat. But for today, this will do. So when you go to raise it up, okay, the way we had it before, when you got all the way up, there was no way to hold it up. I would have had to build a latch. But by building these, what it does, it gets over its center of gravity, okay, starting about right there. And if you keep on going, then the weight pulls down on it, and there you go. Okay, it is locked in the up position. And the only way it's coming back down is if you pull on the lever. Okay, so you lift up on the lever, you're sitting up there in the seat, then it will come on down. Okay, so that's the way it's going to work. And there's a couple little things I'm going to have to do. One of them, I think I was saying it earlier, is there's no gap right here, and that weight is, you know, could possibly bend this threaded rod, and we don't want that. So to remedy that, we're going to build a stop that'll be right in there, so that when the weight comes down, there'll be a gap right here. Okay, so that'll have to be on the next video. But anyway, that's where we're going. I think it's coming along really good. And hey, y'all let me know what you think. You know, leave some comments. I read every one of them. And if you leave a comment, I will respond back. Anyway, I appreciate everybody tuning in, and y'all have a good day.